is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a most wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. And today is sort of interesting that Chris Brown is on the radar. It seems that he has gotten a past due wake-up call. Chris Brown posted a barrage of angry Instagram stories Saturday in which he claimed the NBA had invited him to play in their Celebrity All-Star game, only to disinvite him later over objections from sponsors. I was asked by the NBA to play in the All-Star game this year, only for them to call later and say they couldn't do it because of their sponsors, like Ruffles, he wrote in his post, naming the principal sponsor of the star-studded match. In a statement to the Daily Beast, a spokesperson for Ruffles refuted the controversial singer's claims. Ruffles did not have any involvement in nor visibility to any player decisions or celebrity invite discussions, the spokesman said. Well, the operative phrase here is controversial singer. If you are looked upon by companies who are sponsoring major events like this as controversial, you know they don't want to touch you. They don't want to touch a person like that, especially if your controversy has to do with felony assault. So I don't even know why he's posting it, because I'm surprised the NBA even invited him. Brown added screenshots of a January 22nd email with an NBA rep welcoming him to the event. The message included a digital template of an NBA jersey Brown was supposed to wear as part of rapper Lil Wayne's team. And here they are. In a separate story, the singer wrote that the NBA had retracted their invitation via phone call, a move he believed was motivated by his history of domestic violence. Well, yeah, I would think so. I'm tired of living in the effing past, Brown wrote. See, some people don't ever learn. You don't have to live in the past. He can live in his future. But those white people don't have to invite him to an event that they're sponsoring. See, that's very simple. Live in the present all you want, but don't expect other people to overlook your criminal behavior from the past, especially when nobody can see that you've shown any remorse for what you did and you continue to run your mouth. According to another content creator, he's out here supporting this guy that shot Megan Thee Stallion, saying, I support this dude or something like that. And he thinks somebody responsible is going to let him represent their brand. I'm telling you, some people are childish. They don't even learn basic things about how society works. And this is not even racist. You can't even call racist on this. Because who eats the most Ruffles? I guess they're talking about the potato chips. Women eat more potato chips than anybody. And these white women have never forgotten him. And if the black community hadn't sort of winked and looked away, they would have had his ass locked up in 2009 when he did that. But he was young, and he should have learned from his mistake, which it just doesn't seem like he has. Brown has been hit with assault charges in multiple instances over the years, beginning with his 2009 domestic violence case against Rihanna. A year ago, he railed on social media against cancel culture, telling everyone to kiss my whole entire you-know-what for bringing up his assault of ex-girlfriend Rihanna, which he described as a mistake I made as a 17-year-old. Yes, it was a mistake he made as a 17-year-old. But it still doesn't seem like he really learned the hard lesson that he should have learned. There are consequences that go with things like that. Brown mentioned that the NBA, after disinviting him from playing in the game, still invited him to sit courtside. Not effing happening, he wrote. Well, they were just being courteous. They don't care whether he sits there or not, because Chris Brown is 34 years old now, and he's been in show business probably since he was 10 or 12 years old. He should have learned some things by now. And that tells me that the people around him are not really speaking facts to him. He is very talented. He's very attractive. And, he has charisma. But he has just a rotten personality. He has a rotten personality. I don't think there's any other way to put it. And I don't think the NBA cares one whit about whether he comes to the NBA game or not. They were just being courteous. And of all those black players in the NBA, none of them could override that decision. And maybe they didn't want to. Some of them might have been the ones that pointed out his past criminal record. But I just say he's too old at this point not to understand that he needed to show some public remorse for what he did if he wants to participate in something like celebrity basketball, for instance. Hopefully he apologized to Rihanna privately for what he did to her, but because he is a public figure and because he wants the goodwill of the public, he should have come before the public and made a serious statement, and then he should have lived up to that statement, which he has not done. There's a sense of entitlement with this guy, and even a male content creator said that he said that he really rocks, and he didn't use the word rocks. He rocks with Tory Lanez. As if, he really shouldn't even be in jail. A lot of black men don't think that guy should be in jail for what he did. And that's very unfortunate, because when you're just dealing with black people, you can get away with this kind of stuff. But once white people get in it, they're not going to let you get away with stuff you didn't do. And you definitely are going to pay for what you did do. But anyway, he got off easy with those 6 months probation, and I guess in his mind that means that he was innocent. But anyway, I do want to mention this because there's something else coming down the pike for black women and girls. Congressional leaders reintroduce bipartisan Protect Black Women and Girls Act. I hadn't heard of this before, so let's see what it is. A bipartisan group of lawmakers has reintroduced a bill that will establish a task force to examine the conditions and experiences of black women and girls in America. And they named these Democrats and Republicans who are working on this bill. Simply acknowledging our country's history of targeted discrimination, harassment, and violence against black women and girls will not correct years of systemic racism and sexism, one of the sponsors of the bill said. We must leverage the full weight of the federal government to seek justice for black women and girls who deserve an equal opportunity for a full, happy, healthy life. Racial disparities in health care, salary, and education disproportionately affect black women and girls. Well, that seems like a pretty good bill. Representative Yvette Kelly, who is working on this bill, told reporters that members of the 4 major black sororities, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, my sorority, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, and Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated, challenged lawmakers to push for legislation that advocates for black women and girls. This legislation commits our government to improving the education, healthcare, economic opportunity, and civil rights available to American black women and girls, the Congresswoman representing parts of Chicago added. Well, the Divine Nine sororities have done it again. They are working to improve the lives of black American women and girls, whether you're in a sorority or not. Anyway, I think that's a very good idea. And y'all let me know what you think about Chris Brown not being disinvited to the NBA's celebrity, whatever it is, and whoever disinvited him doesn't want their name out there because they tried to put it on one organization and they said, not us. So it's somebody else. But anyway, they disinvited him. Said he could sit courtside and watch the game, but he wasn't playing. Let me know what you think about it. And is this a past due wake-up call for him? Okay, y'all, thank you for listening. Subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, share the video. And as always, have a great day.